Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy DJ LV. Um, I had to put this video up tonight. The thing is, at this stage, at the current stage at the moment, where a lot of us live in Australia, employment opportunity is kind of fading out real quickly, and there seems to be not many jobs out there. I mean, if you're lucky to have a job, I mean, that's a good thing. But some of us probably are looking for better opportunities that have um, better quality of job, better pay system, and of course, an opportunity to be able to manage time and lifestyle together. But sometimes it seems like time and lifestyle with current traditional sort of way of working nowadays doesn't seems to balance. It seems that we like to trade a lot of our time to the workplace, but strictly speaking, we don't have a lot of time to do other things. Things like be able to spend time with family and stuff like that. It's one of the hardest thing that people are always looking for, because at the end of the day, you could have a family. The most important thing for you is that you want to go out to work, make money so you can be able to provide for your family. But the downside of it is that you don't have the time to spend quality time with your family, so you trade your time in for money, but the money doesn't actually give you the quality of lifestyle that you want. So you're always gonna be spending your money in paying bills and that's other things, expenses, and at the end of the day, you don't have less to do other things with family like travel, do so many things like that. Um, but if you don't have a family, that's different. But still, though, you're still going to trade your time, your efforts for money. But you know you just won't have even to spend quality time with your friends, close friends, family, relatives, and stuff like that. So that's the hardest thing. So at this time of age, a lot of us are looking for something that is, you have the money and time quality that you can spend with many people. Opportunity to go out and travel, opportunity to do adventurous things, opportunity to really live up life to its potential. you know um, I can probably speak for myself, but I'm not sure whoever's out there are sort of feeling the same. But I've got a day job, pays me $19.50 a week, on Monday to Friday, and weekends obviously it's about $22. So so normally I work about 55 to 60 hours a week. So meaning I'll be working Monday to Friday, right? And that 60 plus will be included Saturday and Sunday. So at the end of the day, I'm working 7 days a week, right? And I'm making just over $1,000, but still it's the same result I get. And really I'm not able to save money, I'm not able to go on vacation. So it's really the downside of it. So, and sometimes it's hard because I don't have the time to spend with friends or with family. I could come from work tired and I just wanted to sleep. I can't even see or really know what goes around me. I hardly watch TV. And if I do get a chance to watch TV, probably maybe like an hour or so. But it could be a time where I'll be missing important news and stuff like that. So it's kind of got to a point where you know I kind of wanted to decide to do something different, something that that can be a better thinking way for better result. So that's what I've been thinking for the past couple of months, is trying to look for an alternative opportunity where my thinking could be different than the traditional way of thinking. And on top of that, able to have different results. Just based on putting the efforts and time into it. So so like I said, I work a day job and I work as a club DJ. So really, my passion is is towards music, but I can't even do music full time or DJing full time. It's because you know it's really hard days. It's really hard nowadays for people to really see you as somebody that they can employ. That you could be a different club at every day of the week, and getting paid well. And I know our industry does pay well, but the problem is that it's really hard to be employed in a club that will give you the opportunity to get paid well and live well. So so a couple of years ago, or actually a couple of years ago, I sort of came across an opportunity, and I sort of dropped off the radar, stopped doing it because I was unemployed, I didn't have money, and the problem is at the time I was working for a retail store, Tara Cash, and I used to work 20 30 hours a week, getting paid $22 weekly and then 25 on the weekend. So I really saw it. Okay, if I work weekdays, between Monday to Friday, this is how much I'm gonna get. But if I do weekend, it'd be extra money. So and mean extra money in your pocket and stuff like that. But the thing with sales, working at Tarkus, you had to be really an eager that sales egoistic type of person. Like, you gotta be a pushy salesperson. You gotta do that. And I'm not the type of sales. I'm not the type of pushy sales person. And I know a lot of you out there, when you're in a sales position, you know, you want to please your bosses by hitting up your targets, all right? Just so that you can get that extra commission in your pocket. But the commission is only like, I don't know, $5, $10, $15. If they said the commission was $50 or $100, of course, sales will be the greatest thing in the world. But you get paid less commission, you're stressing the hell out, you can't do your target on a weekly basis. Boom, your bosses send you an email, strike one, bad. you know then then the next week you have a bad week, then you don't perform your target, strike two. Third strike, then they give you a warning. Then if you're not performing well, obviously with all the stress and pressure and all of that, then the next thing, the way to get rid of you, because they don't want to tell you like, look, sorry, we don't want you. They'll tell you like, you know what, we're just like, yeah, we'll roast you next week. Then then you start to notice, your time and your hours starts to reduce from 30 to 25, then 25 to 20, then 20 to 15, then 15 to 10. Then the next thing you'll be like, wow, they don't want me here. So that's kind of bad. That's just sad. So I know for a fact there are many of you out there at the moment, at this current economic crisis right now. Well, Australia used to be a great country back then at the John Howard era when I got here. You could go and spend $50, right? You can still have $30 left, and you feel like a rich boss. Like, you feel like you're so rich that you can call up a chick right now and say, "Hey, what's up, girl? Look, I just got some $30 change left in my pocket. Would you like to go? Would you like to go watch a movie? You know, those kind of days. Petrol used to be so cheap. You'd be like, "Hey girl, what you doing tonight?" Yeah, I just got a new car today, so I just thought, I might just come and scoop you up, maybe go watch a movie. It was, and then you come up to a petrol station, the fuel used to be 99 cents. What a great life! You can fill up your fuel tank for $20, right? And you can drive around the city, drive to the Gold Coast, come back, go to Sunshine Coast, you're balling. And if you got cars back then, you'll be picking up girls, obviously. But I'm not trying to talk about girls or whatnot. I'm just trying to talk about, how life used to be back then. But nowadays, everything is a stressful day. Like, you can't find a job. 10 years ago, 13 years ago, when I say you can just flip, the newspapers like this, you find 3 or 5 pages full of like employers looking for people to work. Full time, part time, casual, you name it. Australia was flooded with jobs. Nowadays, after the GFC, after the economic downturn, and bank losing money and people losing houses, mortgages, whatnot. It's a struggle nowadays. Now let me ask you a question, just one question. If you had all the money in the world, that you don't even have to go to work tomorrow or the next day, or you can still go to work, but you can do maybe 1 or 2 days at work, and you can still have money coming, like a like another stream account, that just money comes into your account month after month after month. Wouldn't that be great? So it's kind of like, okay, what are you doing next month? I'm going to the Bahamas. What are you doing next month? You call up your homies, your friends, like, hey guys, what are you guys doing next month? Look, I've got so much money, I'm willing to pay for your trip. Would you guys like to come? And I'm sure your friends will be like, you serious? You kidding? You gonna pay for my flight to go overseas? Yeah, I'll pay for it. It's not problem. Nowadays things is so hard and tough nowadays, that even if your friend asks you for $10 or $20, you'll be like, sorry brother, I haven't got money. That's how bad it is nowadays. It's like, you're working, you've got money, but at the end of the day, you know what? All of our hard earning money goes into bills, goes into paying mortgages, going into paying leases, so many things, and everything is getting bloody expensive. You go to the bar or a club, that's why you can't find good quality conversationalist type people in a nightclub environment. Because in a nightclub environment, people are so stuck up to themselves that they don't even know what the meaning of socialize is. You know? And the drinks is bloody expensive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I pay for a drink, but when you compare a nightclub and a bar, it's so cheap, and people tend to go to the bar a lot, because local pubs, because you can pay $5-10 for a jug of beer. You can have a social conversation with people, get to know people. Everything is so expensive. People are looking for an effective down cost way to be able to save money. Now, if you haven't already find something like that, and I'm here to tell you, I've come across a great opportunity. And like I said, think about it. Think about it. You don't have to go to work tomorrow, but sadly, I have to go to work tomorrow and do an 8-hour shift tomorrow in my security day job, right? You know, that's what I have to do tomorrow. But the question is right now, if for your family, for yourself, not just for like your wife or your kids, but for your parents, your mom, you know, right now Australia, they have just increased the age of retirement. Come on. Do you still want to be working when you're 70 years of age, or do you still want to have an income that would just support your super accounts, so that when you get to the age of 60 or 55, you're retired completely? Think about it. Look at all the prices of things at the moment at the market right now. Even if you go to McDonald's, it's so bloody expensive. You go to supermarkets, everything is expensive. You go to a clothing store, everything is so expensive. You know what I mean? So we live in an expensive environment right now, you know? So think about it. If you had to retire early and you didn't have to worry about your super, because you have a second alternative, and I'm gonna say it, a second alternative income, about better thinking for a better result. And that better thinking for a better result is bringing you cash flow month after month after month. Now, wouldn't that be great? Is that you tell your mom and dad they don't have to work no more. You tell your wife she don't have to work no more. She could be a full-time mom. Everything is paid for, you know. And next month you buy your girlfriend a brand new car, or next month you get engaged. You pay for your engagement, your wedding. Next month you go for a holiday overseas. Wouldn't that be great? However, when you're at your day job, and you've got the benefit of full time and part time of your annual leave, You can only allow, some employers will let you go for, if they're so generously, generously good people or good employer, they will let you go on a 6 week vacation. But think about it. You have all the money in the world, you know, you go out for 6 weeks. You can even do 7 weeks. You can even do 9 weeks. You can even do 6 months. You can even do 3 months. You can even do 5 months. How about 7 months? How's 12 months sounds? Everything's paid for. You have the money. That next month, money coming into your bank account. Now a lot of you might be like, oh, Levy, I'm so skeptical about this. It could be one of those fake things, and we just don't want to get into it, or maybe just trying to sell us some bogus thing. But trust me, I've lived in this country for 13 years, long enough to understand that that long enough to understand that if you use the principle of working smart, that is so powerful, because when you have people doing work for you, you don't have to do a single thing except you delegate them to do different tasks to accomplish a big project. Voila, stress free. That's what employers and owners of companies are doing. They're getting you, they're getting me, they're getting everybody else to do their job for them. You know, the big CEO they get big raise at the end of every year, or depending how many years. They get so much huge raise from so much profit. But what about your employee? How much raise are you planning to give them? How many holiday are you willing to offer them for putting such an effort into the business and making the business so profit? Now the question you need to ask yourself is that, how valuable are you to your employer? I know I am. I'm still in the job. I'm still doing my job well, and I'm a valuable person. But the question is, you need to ask yourself, how many employers have you been through that after 1 year or 2 years they have to restructure and shuffle people, and you're the only person that has to be kicked out of the job? Don't you get sick of it? Don't you ask yourself and say, oh god damn, I'm so sick of all these employers. you know they give you a contract, and then the next thing they change things, and they tell you, sorry, there's no more jobs left. And who's suffering? You are the one who's suffering. Your family is suffering. Your finances suffering. Your bill is suffering. And at the end of the day, when you have bills and account and phone bills with different companies, and when you don't pay the bill, they get put you on the blacklist. And the blacklist says that you're the person that don't pay your bill on time. You're the person you're the person that broke your contract, and you signed up with another company, and now we're gonna put a pressure on you, because your name is gonna be on the blacklist. Anytime you wanna go and apply for a loan, sorry, we can't give you a loan. Aren't you sick of that lifestyle? So here's the question. Now I've just pointed a lot of things that happens. Like I said, I've just started a new business thing. Now, let me ask you, for the last 2 years, if you've been working for the same company, the same employer, let me ask you, how well do you feel that you are valuable to your employer? That's one. Two, how many holiday destination did you went to, and had a really good awesome time, and you wish that you wanted to spend for a couple of weeks, but unfortunately your annual leave is required to only do 4 weeks or 6 weeks working holiday. You get paid for it, and then you come back to work, right? Three, if you feel that your life is valuable, and that you should be spending more time with your family, do you think you should look for better thinking, for better results? Now, for the last couple of years, you wanted that beautiful um Chrysler V8 SRT, or maybe an Audi TT, or maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee, or maybe a Mercedes, Mercedes C Class or S Class, maybe a BMW Series 3 or maybe Series 5, um, all the listing above. Now, if this was your dream, for the last how many for the last couple of years, if you've been working for your employer, how much did you actually save when you were able to buy your dream car? I'm 100% sure you actually saved probably half, and then you went and get a loan, or probably the money that you saved, you bought a second-hand car from a previous owner. Don't get me wrong, second-hand, they're good, but as long as you find the right seller who had looked after it, never smashed the gears, and I mean like burnt it off, and the Ks are too high. I'm talking about things like that. All right, that's I think that's 3 4. All right. Um, how much money right now do you have that you can actually take a vacation, come back, and you can still have some money left to spend? All right, let me ask you this five. How many of you here that have maxed out their credit card, they couldn't pay it? All right. Six. How many of you here have still have loans to pay? 7. How many of you here are still paying your are still do having to pay your repayments back? How many of you here that decided to go play a game to win a big lotto so you can pay for your mortgage? How many of you here have da, 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 da. How many of you have decided that family is more important? How many of you here, wanted to retire their family? How many of you here already got a kid but got no job but wants a job? How many of you here, all these things that I've described above, that you want to make a difference and change your life? Now, if you are that person, and I can guarantee a lot of you are hungry for money. Now, if I can offer you an opportunity, just to share an opportunity with you, I don't expect you to be the smartest person or anything like that. No experience required. If I can offer you an opportunity, right? An opportunity that, if you're really hungry for it, and if you can make it happen, amazing things that there will happen. Like I said, I'm just a good example. Everybody knows me in Brisbane as Levi Laco. As a DJ, as a promoter, I do it all. However, though, I got a day job just like everybody else. Yeah, you could be a DJ, but the luckiest DJs at the moment right now are either, selected by people that known by other people. They have a full-time position. They're doing tours around states. They're playing in a clothing stores. They get paid for it. They're playing 3 different or 4 or 5 different nightclubs in a week. They're getting paid. They're doing it full-time because that's the love and the passion for them. But the question is that I always tell people is that, at any industry that you look at it, this is just my analogy of industry nowadays. At any industry, at any given time, picture this, picture any industry as a can of fruit. If you ever went to a supermarket and bought yourself a can of fruit, it could be like mango, apple, or mixed vegetables, right? So usually when those things get made in the factory, right, you usually will have like a label on it. It will tell you what this thing contain, the nutrition side of it, the carbohydrate, protein, all the stuff, and how much fat it contains, all of that stuff, it's all in there. However, though, if you look on the top of it, normally it will tell you the expiry date. Once, because obviously, they're putting things to make it last for that particular time. So if you picture this can of fruit, as the industry that you work in right now, right? And then this industry has a time to expire and it collapses and there's nothing else there. Now, what are you going to do then? There's a question you need to ask you. If that industry has expired, there's no more, what are you going to do then? Are you going to start from ground zero, or you're going to at least dedicate the next 1 to 5 years of your time putting in effort into a different thinking for a better result that eventually like when you walk when you walk around the streets and look at people, and because of you took a different thinking for a better result that have opened so much opportunity for you, don't you feel like I feel like a giant, and I look at you probably get, and this I will guarantee this, you're probably gonna look at yourself and say, you know what, with all the money I have, I feel like a giant beast, and everybody to me is just an insect of cockroaches that are just following the same system, the same system. You know, you go to your job Monday to Friday, you get paid the same money, you get given the same annual leave. You don't even have time to spend with your kids. Your wife is always cussing, your wife is always telling you get a better job, your wife is, you're broke, you're homeless, you're looking for a job, nobody wants to offer you a job because they say you don't even have the experience to do it. Good example. I finished university. I went to QT. I did 5 years at QT. Completed Bachelor of Criminology. Actually, I did Bachelor of Justice, and my major was criminology. But guess what? I couldn't find a job after that. It's a very competitive area, and the only way to get into that area is only if you know someone. Wow. See the system they teach you, they tell you to go to uni for a couple of years. After when you finish, then you apply for a job. And then when you apply for a job, they tell you don't have the experience. Then you go back and study to do your postgraduate, then your masters, your honors. But guess what? Your university bill, it is stacking up like racks on racks on racks. By the time when you finish your masters or your honors, depending how many degrees you've got, you probably end up with couple of hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of repayment you need to pay, and especially those who are doing law students. I hope when you graduate you find a job soon, or otherwise you'll be $200,000 in debt. Nothing. I think about how you're gonna pay that. So I struggled. I went to uni, finished, couldn't get a job. I think I've got $20,000 or $30,000 worth of repayment for university. But guess what? I couldn't find a job, so my loan is hanging on my neck. If hopefully the government won't change the system that say if you have a student like a university loan, like you can't leave the country, you can't go nowhere until you pay that loan. Wouldn't that be scary? It's like the government has got you by the neck, like you can't do anything until they tell you to do so. That's the current lifestyle right now. So everybody's going to work because if you don't go to work, you don't get paid, you won't live well. But people don't understand though, there are better alternative ways. You just have to dig a little bit deeper. You know, if somebody comes up, have okay, if you know let's just think about this for a minute. All right, you started your own business, right? You start your own business from scratch. You have people criticizing you. Oh, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can make it. Now you gotta ask yourself, are you doing it for them or are you doing it for yourself? You know, why should you let somebody criticize you because somebody has offered you an opportunity, or you decided to do an opportunity yourself and people decide to criticize you, then you decide to stop in the middle? Like, you gotta ask yourself, who's making the money, them or you? What credential these guys have over you? Are they making so much money than you? Right? You could be at your traditional job, But at the end of the day, your traditional job requires you to come to work whatever how many days. And if your job has lots of paperwork, I can guarantee you won't be sleeping, and I can guarantee you won't be spending time with your family or with your friends, because obviously if you don't do your paperwork, you don't get paid, you get fired. So here's a question. Like I said, if I can show all of you out there, all of you people, friends, family, if I can show you guys a different positive thinking for a better result, meaning everything is all balanced, right? Just like the justice system. The justice system is trying to balance everything. But at this day and age, I don't even think the justice system is doing enough. Anyway, we've got corrupt politicians, we've got corrupt people doing things, and the people with the most money, they get away with it. They get given, a couple of months in jail. But the people who obviously have got no financial stability to support themselves legally, whatever, they end up going to jail for a very long time. And that has always been like that. So if you really think that what I've just said, caught your attention, look, comment on the video, let me know what you think. And this is basically gonna be something I'm probably gonna be doing, or I will try to do on a regular basis. you know part of my thing is I'm trying to inspire people to think differently for a better result, and really trying to think of, not just think of, the word think outside the box. Yes, it does exist, because you got to think outside the box. If you really believe you can do something amazing and extraordinary, better than your current situation right now, then you can do it. All you need is the right people. And in this day of age, nobody's gonna come to you and say, I'm willing to offer you something, but I know if I can do it, I can help a lot of people. So if you're struggling with work, you got mortgage to pay, you got things to do, you want to go on holiday, you want to have more time with your family, you want to have a good life, a balanced life, that you don't have to work anymore, that you can just go, you can just call your boss and say, boss, just give me 2 days, I don't want to work 5 days, but I can still do the job for you. If you want to travel, if you want to have an income, if you don't want to have to worry the next couple of years about your superannuation, and you've got stream income coming to your account, and you can build your dream, build everything that you want to do, comment on this video, let me know what you think, and I'll get in touch with you. And also I'll post a link for my Facebook, so that if you want to get in touch with me through Facebook, just send me like a private message, and I'll be able to fill you on what's in store for the country. And yeah, like, I personally don't like to blur out what this opportunity is all about, but because I know there's gonna be a lot of question, and I don't like to answer questions, by sending a message. I'd rather meet with you in person, and really show you what I've actually doing, and what are the possibilities out there. Like everybody says, like every musician says, like every rapper says, the sky is the limit. And if you really believe in truly sky is the limit, send me a message, comment on the video, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll get back to you on that. So look, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. Damn, I gotta start work at 12, the 12 in the afternoon today. So anyway, so look, like I said, if you're looking for a different thinking for a better result, better than your current lifestyle right now, like I said, comment on the video, let me know what you think, and I'll be happy to help out. So yeah, it's your boy Levy, and yeah, this is the video for better thinking and better result. Thank you.